Raw oysters are one of the most polarizing foods on the planet. They're either a delicacy you adore or a culinary boundary you're hesitant to cross. Their texture is unapologetically slick, their flavor unapologetically of the sea. They arrive in their rough, ancient shells like tiny offerings from another world, still cold from the ocean, still alive in some cases, and carrying with them the unmistakable scent of salt water, brine, and tide. For many people, that's a bridge too far. The idea of sliding something slimy and raw down your throat goes against every instinct of comfort and control. But for those who can meet this food halfway, who are willing to lean into the unfamiliar, raw oysters offer not just taste and nutrition, but a deep, elemental connection to nature. There is no faking the experience of eating an oyster. It's not something you chew like a steak or savor like chocolate. It's something more intuitive, something you almost have to feel rather than analyze. You tilt the shell to your lips, the cold liquid floods your mouth, and the oyster follows with its slippery, delicate body. Some say it's like swallowing the ocean. Others say it's like kissing the sea. And depending on where the oyster comes from, you might taste sweet, mineral, metallic, creamy, or sharp. Each variety carries the story of the waters it came from, the salinity, the currents, the temperature, even the plankton it fed on. No two oysters are quite the same. It's not just food, it's geography you can taste. Nutritionally, raw oysters are a powerhouse. They are incredibly rich in zinc, a mineral essential for immune function, wound healing, and hormone production. In fact, oysters contain more zinc per serving than almost any other food. They're also an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to reduce inflammation, support brain health, and protect the heart. Add to that a generous amount of vitamin B12, selenium, iron, and copper, and you begin to see why oysters have long been associated with strength and vitality. They're low in calories, high in micronutrients, and uniquely suited to support the body in subtle but powerful ways. This isn't just indulgence, it's restoration. And yet, there are real warnings here that must not be ignored. Raw oysters, because they are eaten uncooked, can carry dangerous bacteria, especially Vibrio vulnificus, which can cause severe illness or even be fatal in people with compromised immune systems or chronic liver disease. These risks are higher in warm coastal waters, and while most oysters on the market are strictly monitored and regulated, the risk can never be completely eliminated. Anyone with health vulnerabilities should avoid raw oysters entirely or consult with a healthcare provider before consuming them. Even for healthy individuals, oysters should be sourced only from trusted, reputable suppliers. This is not a food to play games with. Then there's the challenge of texture. Oysters are not crispy, fluffy, or firm. They're soft, slick, and slightly chewy, with a kind of gelatinous give that can feel alien in the mouth. For many people, especially those new to raw foods or sensitive to textures, this could be the biggest hurdle. It's one thing to appreciate the flavor. It's another to get past the feel. That aversion is valid, and it doesn't make anyone less adventurous. It simply means that oysters ask more of you. They ask you to let go of control, to trust your senses, to be present in the moment of eating something alive with place and history. But those who accept that challenge are often rewarded with something far beyond nutrition. They experience a ritual. Raw oysters are rarely eaten casually. They are served on ice, in half shells, sometimes with lemon, vinegar, horseradish, or nothing at all. They demand your attention. They slow you down. They connect you to the ocean in a way no fillet or fish stick ever could. They're sensual, yes, often called aphrodisiacs, but more than that, they're primal. They take you back to the shorelines of human history, when food was gathered with bare hands and tasted without fear. To eat raw oysters is to say yes to the unknown, to trust that beauty and discomfort can coexist. They're not for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. But they're worth experiencing, not just for the taste or the nutrients, but for the story they tell. Of salt, of sea, of resilience, of delicacy within danger. And for some, once that first hurdle is crossed, what was once slimy becomes smooth, what was once strange becomes sacred. And suddenly, the ocean doesn't feel so far away.
Ruhe.